Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another setup. My name is Lorenzo. I'm happy to host you today, as always, from the Limitless Trading Academy here live for you right now, talking about the best setups for the week, okay? Monday, looking forward to host you right now here. We have the weekly opening and a major week ahead of us here, guys. I can't wait. I'm excited, okay? Hope you are too. Let me see what we have in the building here today. Let's look in the chat real quick. I see Rafal. I love cooking. Cash party. What's happening? Joy, freedom. Amazing. Lassing, Vicky. Vicky's back. Yes, sir. There we go. Vicky, you're crushing it in the crypto in the crypto group. Great to hear. Martin, Benne, Bill Jamin. Okay. By the way, guys, very important news here, okay? Tomorrow, probably tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to have a live trading stream, okay? No setup, just a regular live trading stream. And the NFP, we're going to trade live on YouTube as well here. Back to the old days, okay? 4 hours, probably. It's going to be a long stream as usual. So looking forward to that here tomorrow and Friday, okay? Tomorrow or Wednesday and Friday. Okay, let's dive into the chart setups for this week. Most importantly, guys, hope you guys are ready. Super ready for the news here, okay? Do take consideration that this is going to be, again, a big news day, okay? Keep in mind also, it's December. The volatility is going to increase tomorrow, I think, significantly here. Today, decent. Tomorrow, probably be a little bit better than today, to be honest here. But again, this is all a preparation for the end of the week here. Do take that in consideration. So number one, the S&P PMI is coming along here with the ISM. JOLTS job openings, like we did before, like we've seen before many times here. This could be some decent reaction. Okay, the jobs openings are usually a little bit volatile here. Then the ADP comes out. In my opinion, from my experience from the previous months here, usually a little bit on the disappointing side. So if you are looking for the volatility and the opportunity, I do believe that the ADP right here is something that you should look at, in my opinion. Okay, but do take consideration that the non-farm payrolls, guys, are coming out on a Friday. And if you are a serious trader, then you have seen probably many times before that the NFP is one of the biggest months in regards to potential pivots in the market, okay? We have seen it before, we have seen it last time, and the last 3 times with gold, all right? A strong pivot for gold when the NFP comes out. So this could be, again, potentially another build-up towards another pivot in the stock market, in the commodity sector, in the very short term, you name it, okay? So we're gonna see a build-up right here. We're gonna work towards the build-up. We're gonna then live trade also during the NFP. So we're gonna execute that together. Looking forward to do that here. Number one, let's go over a couple charts real quick that we discussed on last stream. So we're talking about Friday. We covered a couple of charts here, potential setups that I was personally looking at here. The number one setup is the euro against the US dollar, okay? So number one, what we were looking for was that break, that rejection at the point of control. And following, this is important to mention here, guys, that we broke and we're looking for the continuation to the downside here. So this was that breaking point here that we highlighted last time here. We said if it breaks this, I want to look for potential further continuation to the downside here. We did not came through all the way because we wanted to come down a little bit lower, okay? I will go and show you exactly what I mean here. However, we are not there yet. Potentially, we could still get there, okay? And I'll explain you a little bit why in a second. But again, pretty easy move here. Easy continuation to the downside around a 50 pip move here. Still looking for that continuation, potentially coming back down further to the 107.548. However, at this particular moment here, we also have to look at the dollar index to gain a little bit more perspective for the euro trade here, okay? So this is perfect, okay? 3-hour time frame, easy money, all right? Now let's look at the dollar real quick because this will help us with looking further into the euro USD here, okay? Daily time frame, number one. Beautiful bounce, 618 Fibonacci here, fantastic, okay? Great, 102.4, that's what we were waiting for, okay? Finally, we broke out here. We're now holding back at the 50. So if you're wondering what is taking the dollar so long to go up here, that's the equilibrium, all right? We're still below the equilibrium right here. That's what we're currently waiting for the equilibrium to break. And I want to see a daily closure above the equilibrium for us to move further along here. So when zooming in a little bit and going this and taking this to the 1 hour time frame here, guys, in my opinion, what I'm currently seeing, and I think this was a major key point here, is that we always have internal structures that we have to take into consideration. Especially if you're looking on the daily here, we always have to look at least the hourly to see, okay, what's the actual structure before potentially taking any setups on the 15-minute or whatsoever, all right? So in this case right here, we have this beautiful range, number one, very important range. We came down, we tapped into the 618, we bounced, okay, got first of all rejected, second of all rejection again, but this is an important one, okay? We created a higher high, that lower low, and now we're trying to struggle, or now we're struggling to break above the equilibrium here. Usually this could, potentially give us an indication here that we come down further. Okay, look at all that salsa that we've been building right now. If you start breaking down here, then this could be a move back down once again, back towards this internal range that created these internal highs right here. So what I want to see one more time is actually a breakdown, or that's number two, a closure above this particular high, okay? So either a breakdown, coming back into that range, retesting that range, and then looking for an expansion up, or a closure above that initial particular high to look for a higher low scenario right here, okay? So in regards to the dollar here, I do believe that there is a chance that we have a slight pullback before potentially trying to push further along here. So what this will do for the euro USD, well, we saw a clean bounce, okay? And I think this is important to mention here. We had strong support for the euro, number one here, number two right now, again, twice, okay? We're seeing right now that we're trying to, push up a little bit, but it's not really looking that particularly strong. But if the dollar starts to come down here, I do believe that there is a chance that we will try to come back to the point of control one more time. If we do, I most likely will execute a new short position from that level, okay? The 109.087, in order for me to look for further potential continuation down. Negative correlation with the dollar, trying to execute based upon that reaction right here. Okay, that initial trade, fantastic, 50 pips. Now we're trying to push back. Now we're looking for a new best setup. Unless, and this is the other solution, we close below the 108.3, which is that initial support, turn that into resistance, looking for further continuation right here. Okay, next up, we talked about oil in the last stream as well here. If you quickly put up that image that we talked about here for oil, this is the chart how it looked now. This is what we talked about in the last particular stream here. What we wanted to see was a break below the 75 bucks. Okay, we said, okay, it's coming back down aggressively from the 79, the top, as you guys can see. It broke down, eventually coming along back to the 72.5. That's what we wanted to see here. If you then come back to the charts, then this is exactly where we are right now. Okay, we broke down, very straightforward. Okay, rejection, breakdown, potential scenario where we come back down towards that initial low. Now potentially looking to see if we can consolidate here, give us some room to breathe before trying to look for new potential opportunities at this particular moment, okay? We said that we wanted to see oil moving up. We got rejected strongly at the 79. Now it's time for us to take a breather, be patient before rushing into new positions here. Even though this trade here, right here, guys, was still roughly from that setup from Friday, a 4% move. Okay, so that could have been a very, very nice trade if you closed or entered on that break right here below. All right, very, very clean, absolutely amazing. Now let's dive into gold. Gold, man, massive news for gold. Okay, you've seen it already previously here. Everyone talked about the gold today, what happened during the open here. Okay, we've noticed roughly an 800 pip move. I think it was like an 800 pip move to the upside here. Crazy expansion here for gold. Absolutely crazy. We will go into the hourly range real quick in a second here where we discussed what we were looking for. But most importantly, what's so important to mention here is that before I continue, you need to smash that like button. Okay, and if you're new, you hit the notification bell as well. And then you watch me live trade on a Friday, just in between you and me here. Okay, most importantly, this weekly candle here, weekly opening, this is just the perfect example for mass liquidations, okay? When you see a very strong aggressive reaction here on the weekly, especially during opens, you will see that it took out all these previous highs here, all that buy side that was built up here for weeks and weeks and weeks here, you know, massive short squeeze to the upside, okay? We came as high, and this is actually quite crazy, as 2150, all right? We're talking about 850 pips during that open, okay? However, it came down just as aggressive. So let's take this again back to the 1 hourly here and see where that initial move came from our last stream, okay? So we talked about that initial move here, okay? We talked about the following. Number one, we said that we wanted to see the manipulation. That was the first layer, okay? Range, perfect, okay? What we were thinking about was, okay, let's enter on gold, but not directly, right? Because you have that fake out, you have that manipulation, all right? Stop losses get hit here. Super important level, 2030 roughly. Stop losses were hit. Sell stops were activated. Massive reversal to the upside here. Came back down and then came back up. We said after the manipulation is completed, up or down, what we want to see is an hourly closure above or below that range. So outside of that range here. What happened was we came back one more time to the lows. Okay, I expected personally, to be honest, a breakdown. I expected a 1 hour closure below, followed by a continuation. That hourly closure never came. Okay, so in that, instead of that, we saw an hourly closure above that range. Buy confirmation. Manipulation completed, buy confirmation, strong continuation to the upside right here. Okay, however, right now at the moment, guys, we have to take consideration here that we came down just as aggressively as we came up. Okay, so what I'm personally waiting for is this next particular level, and this is at 2072. Okay, if we start breaking right now above it, I'm looking for further continuation back to the upside here. I think this move back down was just too aggressive. I think that this still gives us too much room. I think we should see at least some sort of wick fill on the higher time frame if we break and close above the 2072 here. So I want to see that break up in order for me to potentially look for new particular trading opportunities for gold to the upside for further potential continuation. And the main reason for this one right here is the following, okay? Look at what happened here, guys, and this is super key to highlight when you look at this particular setup right here. This is the 10-year yield, okay? This is how we closed this previous candle. So we were talking about that support, okay? Support broken, all right? Number one, this was that weekly support we were talking about here. We had this one right here twice. We broke and closed below it. Now we're trying to break back above, facing difficulties here. So if we start to face difficulties right now here for potentially the government bonds already back at this particular range. So let's imagine that this is particular a pullback where we're trying to break above here, but we can't, and we fail to break, then this is only going to help us with further continuation back to the upside for gold as well here. So keep a close eye on the 10-year yield chart. If you see that break out here and you close above it, then that doesn't mean we're just going to go to the upside here and gold is going to come down all the way, because you still have this initial range where we eventually broke down from. So it came from somewhere, right? So in this case, this is a clear consolidation expansion. If we pull back up, retracement followed by all right, I think we're good. Test 1, 2, 3. Nicolas, Martin, Simon. Okay. There we go. I think we're good. Thank you very much. Okay, so gold, let's just continue, guys, right away here. Okay, everything is good, perfect. We talked about the yen basket. Okay, Japanese yen, strong, looking good, looking very solid. Okay, however, we are back once again right now at that resistance. All right, we got a strong rejection last time. So let me zoom in real quick here. This is that overall bigger range. Last time we got rejected right at this particular high, okay? So we said right here, facing a lot of difficulties. This is the value area low of this whole particular range here. The last time we saw that rejection, we catched a massive trade on the euro against the Japanese yen, okay? The reason why is because this one came down aggressively, euro Japanese yen came up aggressively. Therefore, we're looking at the same situation right now, all right? I like what I see. However, we're seeing particularly a weak bottom wick here for the Japanese yen basket right now. We have not closed this daily candle yet. I definitely want to see a closure happening here. I want to see how we close in comparison of the previous daily candle that touched the value area low. Based upon that, I'm going to make my decisions for the rest of the week here. This is a patience game, but I do believe that if you pay very close attention on the daily here right now towards the yen basket and where we're currently at, you will have a really high chance of getting into a good position for yourself based upon the counter pair like the euro yen, GJ, Australian dollar against yen, whatever you are trading here, based upon the strength of that other currency. I think that matters the most. So keep a close eye on it here. If you do decide to break above here, the yen has some strong upside potential, okay? I think that the value area low and the point of control are the major resistance points here. If you start really breaking above this high right here, this will change the complete bias for the Japanese yen, all right? That's a major breakout, okay? Yen is looking stronger. They are trying to integrate new monetary policies to strengthen up their currency due to the fact that they have been lacking for the last 2 years. So this could be the time to turn around, okay? Therefore, keep a close eye on it. But for now, zero confirmation. This is still looking weak. This could still getting rejected here. And based upon that here, I would say the first one I'm looking at right here is GJ, okay? British pound against the Japanese yen. Daily level, very straightforward, okay? Simple trend line, that's it, not too crazy. I don't like to make it too difficult here in that manner. Also a strong area of demand here, or this particular expansion and a breakout. So this is still a range, consolidation, breakout, retest, higher high, higher low scenario, okay? So what I'm looking for is a potential reaction from GJ here. If you do decide, guys, and this is important to mention, to get rejected here for the Japanese yen basket, I'm the first to look for potential scenarios where we either potentially come down right here, potentially pull back up, or very simple already, wait for that higher high, wait for that higher low, wait for that reaction, look at the yen basket, see how we closed, potentially looking for further continuation to take out some of that buy side that we have been building up here as well for the GJ, sorry, for the British pound against the Japanese yen. So overall, I do like the yen here. Keep a very close eye on the daily. And in general, guys, okay, when you are a trader and you are opening up every single week, you have done your analysis here, the daily channels are super, super key in my opinion. If you start out on a Sunday, when you are trying to analyze the market with the macros, okay, and you are aware of all the macro setups or charts you're looking at personally, or the currencies you trade, or whatever the case may be, then this is already done for you. You know what's currently going on in the daily time frame. From there, you can start going to the lower time frames and execute from there with a much better and easier understanding without, you know, overcomplicating it for yourself here. So start out with the macro and slowly, like how the week progresses, start to go to the micros for your executions of your trading positions. That's how I do it. That's what helps me tremendously when trading and analyzing the markets here, from macro back towards the micro here, okay? Now let's go back, continue here with the dollar against the Swiss franc here. One more thing I would like to look at here is the fact that the Swiss franc has been underperforming significantly right now, okay? The currency strength index meter shows you that the Swiss franc has been underperforming, and this has been structurally happening over the last couple of weeks as well on a Monday, especially here. You could see that the Swiss franc is losing its momentum here. So when you're looking at the potential reaction of the dollar Swiss, I do believe that based upon what we said before here, guys, we talked about this already on the higher time frame, is that higher high, lower low. Now we're at that swing low point here. This is where things get extremely interesting, okay? Lower low, higher high, higher low, higher time frame, potentially looking for a new continuation based upon what we're currently seeing here. So based upon that here, if you go and take this to the hourly, we look at internal structures right now, okay? So we now know exactly what our macro structures are. So now we're looking at internal structures right here. This was the previous high that created, of course, this particular low. Higher high internally, lower low, potentially waiting for a higher high before potentially looking for a higher low scenario where you can take it to the 15-minute time frame. And like I said before, if it happens during the week, then Monday is perfect. And then during the later week here, you can start looking for the right setup, the right execution by being patient from the higher to lower time frame, waiting for that higher high, lower low, looking for a continuation setup right here. Okay, I really, really like the dollar against the Swiss franc as well here. All right, so for gold, potentially right now, like I said before, because I saw some questions in the chat, one more time, either buys above the 2072 or potentially waiting for it to come down and break below here, coming back towards that range, testing this range first here, due to the fact that we massively inclined from that range here, still leaving us with a bunch of sell side below. But I'm still, for now, looking only for buys in case we break above the 2072 here. Okay, now let's dive into Bitcoin as well, because Bitcoin followed up tremendously. Okay, crazy stuff for Bitcoin here. Look at that, guys. And before I continue here with the Bitcoin analysis and the setups that we have for Bitcoin right here, I want to do a major shout out to Trader Tim. He's one of our crypto mentors in our Discord community. He has been absolutely exploding lately. What he does for us, guys, and this is super important to mention, is he's been giving us a tremendous amount of free signals in our crypto VIP. So you can join practically for free here. What you need to do is the following. You need to go and click on the link in our Discord. You need to join our Discord. Then you need to go on get VIP access here, sign up with one of our affiliate links, deposit $100 to use it for his signals, and then you're good to go right here. These are all his results right now, guys. It's absolutely crazy. He have done 78 trades so far, 50 wins, 28 losses, with a win rate of 64% and a portfolio growth of 246%. So big shout out here to Trader Tim. Absolutely crushing it on the lower time frames as well. So if you're interested in trading crypto, this could be the game changer for you, where you at least have somebody that instructs you at the beginning so you can learn along the way. You see how he does it so you can do it yourself later on. It's a win-win situation here. 2024, 2025 is truly the way to make money in crypto. This could be one of your last chances for some really big gains. That's why I'm involved. Our team is involved, because we believe in it, and I believe in the industry regardless already, big fan. However, for a lot of people that are new to it, this could be the perfect platform, all right? So let's continue with our Bitcoin analysis here. Major breakout here at 41, all the way at 41.8K right now at this particular moment here. Extremely big move here. Now, we always look at another chart, and I think this is important to mention, is the tether dominance, okay? This is what we call the tether dominance. There is a negative correlation between the tether dominance and Bitcoin. You could see it more as the Euro USD and the dollar index, or gold and the treasuries, for example, the 10-year yield. When one goes up, the other one goes down. This also counts for this particular chart and Bitcoin, okay? Tether dominance and Bitcoin right here. Now, if you look closely, you are now finally back at this particular low. And this took a very long time here. I said, if we come back to that low, I think from there we could see some sort of correction. For me personally, it was very hard to predict the exact level of Bitcoin once it reaches this particular level. Well, in this case, it was 49.7K, okay? So this is where we are right now. And if you look here on the 15-minute, this is a very solid rejection right now here, or reaction at least from the tether dominance, okay? So we nearly bounced from it and created a higher high. Now we're potentially looking at a pullback followed by a continuation here. This is where Bitcoin starts to struggle a little bit more at this particular moment as well, okay? Do take in consideration that if you're trying to long Bitcoin, I will be extremely cautious right now, okay? I'm not saying that you have to short it from here. I'm just saying if you want to long it, be extremely careful, because this is where the tether dominance comes into play here, okay? And the tether dominance in general never lies, okay? We can take it back towards the highs here. When we saw that rejection point, we had two strong rejection points here from this area of supply here that we were building up, and that rejection cost the local lows for Bitcoin of around 21, 25K and so on and so on, okay? So very important chart to look at. Highly recommend you to not ignore this chart whenever you're trading Bitcoin in general, okay? Definitely take that in consideration. Now to close it up here, guys, for today's session here, okay? In regards to gold, all right? So do take in consideration that many times over, during the NFP, we have seen pivots happening in the markets, okay? We can go back to one of the latest NFP trading streams that we have done. However, the most important part here is that you go back into the previous data. Look for yourself into the days that we had the NFP over the last 3 months. It's easy to find on investing.com. And based upon that, you will see that most of the time we have been pivoting, we have been turning, okay? In this case, the last time we created the lows for gold. From that moment, we went up significantly. Now we have a major shakeout, major liquidations here. I do believe that this is potentially the last 2 days that we can trade gold here. I think Wednesday and Thursday will be extremely boring. And I think Friday is going to be the next big move during the NFP. So this is your chance to trade it. If we break above it, in my opinion, keep in mind, it's always a probability game here. But Friday is going to be the big day for us to trade gold once again. I'm going to be completely ready, prepared for you to be there live on YouTube again. Looking forward to it. I miss you guys a little bit in that section as well here. So looking forward to see you then, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday as well. All right. So thank you guys very much. Make sure you tune in. The last thing I want to mention here in Discord is the V3. I think this is super crucial to talk about and to highlight here. We of course have our V3 trading floor where we've been executing trades every single day on a day-to-day basis over the last couple of weeks here. Extremely amazing. However, we always have been closed for new members, so we are going to open on a Thursday, okay? More information will follow up here. We're going to keep you updated. Looking forward to it. You're going to see me right now in the V3 trading floor, and tomorrow back live on YouTube. All right? Peace out. See you soon. Hope you enjoyed it. See you tomorrow. And good luck. Crush it.